1. The town's dread. The townsfolk spoke of the mansion in hushed, fractured whispers, their voices trembling with a fear so old it had seeped into their bones. The place was a gaping wound in the landscape, a relic of rotten opulence that pulsed with something unnatural. Their eyes would dart away from its silhouette, as if even a glance might invite its hunger. David's defiance. David laughed at their superstitions, but beneath his bravado, a thin, unacknowledged thread of unease slithered through his chest. He told himself it was just a house, wood, stone, and forgotten history. But when his friends dared him to enter, his pulse betrayed him with a sharp, traitorous thrill. Point 2. Crossing the threshold, the gate groaned like a dying beast, its rusted hinges screaming as he pushed through. The path ahead was swallowed by weeds, as if the earth itself was trying to reclaim the horror hidden within. The setting sun bathed the mansion in sickly orange light, casting long, distorted shadows that seemed to twitch when he wasn't looking. The front door stood ajar, a mouth waiting to close around him. The knob was unnaturally cold, seeping into his skin like the touch of the dead. When it creaked open, the air that rushed out was thick with decay, carrying the scent of mold, old blood, and something sweetly rotten. Inside, the silence was a living thing. His footsteps echoed like gunshots, each creak of the floorboards a warning. The walls were peeling like flesh, revealing patches of blackened stains beneath the wallpaper. His flashlight flickered, a dying heartbeat in the suffocating dark. Point 3. The house awakens. The deeper he went, the heavier the air became, like invisible hands pressing down on his lungs. The markings on the walls shifted when his light passed over them, scratches forming words he couldn't read but understood in his gut. Then, the whispers began. At first, they were distant, moth-wing soft, brushing against his ears like ghostly fingertips. But soon, they swelled into a chorus of anguish, voices pleading, screaming, laughing in madness. They came from nowhere and everywhere, seeping from the walls, the floor, the air itself. His breath came in ragged gasps, his skin prickling with the certainty that something was watching, something ancient and ravenous. Point 4. The mirrors cursed. The door creaked open on its own, a silent invitation to ruin. Inside, the mirror waited. His reflection was wrong. The face staring back was gaunt, hollow-eyed, its lips stretched into a smile too wide, too full of teeth. It moved without him, tilting its head as if studying prey. His blood turned to ice. The glass shattered, not with a crash, but with a scream, as if the mirror itself were alive and in pain. Shards hovered in the air, each one reflecting a different nightmare. A noose, a knife, a face he didn't recognize but knew was his own. Then the cold came. A wind like death itself howled through the room, carrying the scent of grave dirt and burning flesh. The whispers coalesced into voices, real voices, and the shadows detached from the walls, taking shape. Point 5. The Blackwood souls. They emerged from the darkness, twisted, broken things, their bodies stretched and malformed, their eyes black voids of suffering. Their mouths moved in unison, their voices a discordant hymn of torment. We were betrayed, we were trapped, now you will be too. Their hands clawed at him, their fingers brittle but impossibly strong, dragging him toward the yawning pit in the floor. He thrashed, screamed, begged, but the house drank his terror like wine. Then her voice, soft, human, alive in a way nothing else here was. Help me. She stood in the doorway, a flicker of light in the consuming dark. Her face was pale but kind, her eyes wide with sorrow and hope. For the first time since entering, he felt something other than fear, a desperate, aching need to reach her. Their fingers brushed, and the floor vanished beneath him. Point 6. The aftermath. The police found nothing. No footprints, no signs of struggle, just a house that hungered and waited. But sometimes, when the wind dies and the night is still as a held breath, the townsfolk swear they hear two voices in the darkness, the shrieking choir of the damned, and a woman's whisper, gentle and grieving, calling out for someone who never made it home.